The sun blazes over the endless Iraqi desert. Heat waves shimmer on the horizon, and silence hangs heavy in the air. A convoy of U.S. soldiers patrols the dusty roads, scanning rooftops and broken windows. They believe they control this territory. But in reality, someone else owns these streets. Whispers spread through every platoon, a name half legend, half nightmare. Juba, an Iraqi sniper whose bullets never miss. Soldiers say he can strike from over a mile away, kill a man with a single shot, and vanish before anyone knows where he was. Some laugh it off. Others, they tighten their vests, hoping today isn't the day they hear the crack of his rifle. This is the chilling story of Juba, the sniper who turned the world's most powerful army into prey. War had turned Iraq into a chessboard of shadows. U.S. troops, with their armored vehicles and advanced technology, thought they had every move calculated. But in the ruins of Fallujah, in the crowded alleys of Baghdad, a single man began rewriting the rules. Juba wasn't born a sniper. He was born an ordinary Iraqi like thousands of others, caught in the chaos of occupation. His family watched their neighborhood destroyed, his friends buried under rubble, his country turned into a battlefield. Hatred didn't make him pick up a rifle. Survival did. Revenge gave him purpose. Soon whispers of a new weapon appeared. Not a bomb, not a tank, but a man with patience. A man who could wait hours under the scorching sun, motionless, until his prey walked into his crosshairs. Juba studied the American patrols, memorizing their patterns, predicting their routes. He wasn't just shooting, he was calculating. And when he pulled the trigger for the first time, the silence shattered. A U.S. soldier dropped instantly. His squad scrambled for cover, firing in all directions, but Juba was already gone, leaving nothing but fear. That single shot wasn't just a kill. It was a message. The hunter is watching. Imagine being a U.S. soldier, walking down a deserted street. Your boots crunch on broken glass. Your radio crackles with static. The sun burns your neck, sweat drips down your face, and then crack. A single bullet whizzes past. One of your brothers falls. That was the daily reality for American troops in Iraq. Every rooftop, every shattered window, every abandoned car could be hiding Juba. He didn't need to fire dozens of rounds. Just one, perfectly placed. That was enough to paralyze entire squads. The soldiers began developing a sixth sense, constantly ducking, scanning rooftops, whispering his name like a ghost story. Some swore they could feel his eyes on them. Others froze mid-step, too afraid to move. And the worst part, Juba filmed many of his attacks. DVDs circulated across Iraq. Shaky footage of crosshairs, a soldier walking then falling. These tapes spread like wildfire. For insurgents, Juba became a hero. For Americans, he became a phantom terror. He wasn't just fighting with bullets. He was fighting with psychology. And the U.S. Army knew it. As Juba's legend grew, the U.S. military launched desperate hunts. Convoys changed their routes, soldiers wore heavier armor, and snipers were deployed to hunt the phantom sniper. Yet every time Juba was one step ahead. His weapon of choice. A Dragunov sniper rifle, reliable, deadly, and perfect for long-distance warfare. He trained himself to vanish within seconds of a shot. Rooftops, alleyways, rubble. The city itself became his camouflage. But what made him truly terrifying wasn't just skill. It was patience. Juba could wait for hours, sometimes days, for the perfect shot. He studied not just soldiers but their habits. When they relaxed, when they lit a cigarette, when they thought they were safe. That's when he struck. Each bullet he fired carried more than death. It carried a message. You're never safe, even in daylight, even in armor. Rumors said Juba killed hundreds. Some claimed dozens. The numbers blurred between fact and myth. But one thing was clear. He had transformed into a symbol. For Iraqis, he was resistance. For U.S. troops, he was the monster under the bed. And the more they tried to find him, the more untouchable he seemed. By 2006, Juba was no longer just a sniper. He was a myth that haunted U.S. forces. Military intelligence poured resources into hunting him down. Special squads were dispatched. Helicopters scanned rooftops. Informants whispered possible hideouts. Yet each attempt ended in failure. One day, a U.S. patrol set a trap. They placed decoys. Mannequins dressed in soldier uniforms, staged to look like a careless squad. The plan was simple. Lure Juba, then ambush. Hours passed. Nothing. Then out of nowhere, crack. One mannequin's head exploded. The soldiers fired wildly, but there was no target. Juba had seen through the trick. He had played the hunters again. This wasn't just war anymore. It was chess. Juba wasn't chasing victory. He was chasing immortality. The idea that one man with a rifle could bring an empire to its knees. And whether you believed in the numbers or not, one fact was undeniable. Juba had already won the psychological war. Then suddenly, silence. By 2007 the tape stopped. The legend faded. Some said Juba was killed. Others claimed he retired, disappearing into the shadows. But the truth, no one knows. What remained was the myth, the story of a sniper who made the world's strongest army look over its shoulder, every single day. Soldiers who returned home still whispered his name. Iraqis still told stories of the ghost sniper. Was Juba a single man? Or a symbol carried on by many? That's the mystery. But one thing is certain. He changed the way soldiers looked at war. Because in the end, it wasn't just bullets that killed. It was fear. And Juba was the master of fear. Please like and subscribe this channel.